And by the way, hello guys, welcome back to Adventure of a Lifetime. Let's go ahead and continue. As I rubbed the sleep from my eyes, I realized something felt off about my hand. Something that should have been holding on tightly was gone. Huh?
どうしたの、ひろき。
Emily's gone.
お
We got up and left the pitch black darkness of the cave.
風、止んでるね。
Yeah, looks like the typhoon's gone. The storm had been violent, but apparently still quite small. We could hear the gentle beach waves through the calm, quiet air. A beautiful blonde girl sat on a tiny beach. Emily was staring up.
きれい。
Huh? I turned my head skyward and found an inky sky-filled sea of countless stars. The sky, clear at the typhoon, glittered with millions of tiny, distant lights. And there, running through the center of it, was the Milky Way. The incredible scene had me mesmerized. Ogasawara's beauty included not only the sea, but the sky as well. I said as the scene before me stirred up many memories. She stood next to me, murmuring,
普通だと思うけど、まあ、綺麗なのは確かね。素敵なところね、小笠原って。台風は怖かったけど。
Yeah, definitely.
だから、あれくらい普通だってば。
Emily suddenly broke out into joyous laughter. I didn't know why, but I couldn't help joining in.
どうした？二人とも。だって。
Yeah.
極端すぎるんだもの。さっきまで死ぬんじゃないかってくらいの嵐だったのに。見てよ、この星空。
Where I live, you can hardly see any stars at all.
私も。悪かったわね。どうせ田舎ですよ。
Emily and I went on laughing while Chisa was padding beside us. Just a few hours ago, we were in a deadly storm, but now we were beneath this beautiful night sky. The difference was overwhelming. But Chisa only grew more and more upset. To her, it looked like we were making fun of her home.
あんた、何よ、二人とも。
Sorry, Chisa, we're not laughing at Ogasawara. I guess looking at this gorgeous sky put us in a weird mood.
そうですか。
She didn't seem to buy it.
私、チサにまだ言い足りないことがあるわ。
Emily said as she finally stopped laughing and wiped the tears from her eyes. Chisa stood on guard, her face stoic.
私ね、羨ましかったの。チサが。すごく自由でしょ？私が？
Emily nodded.
海を泳いでる時のチサ、とっても自由じゃない。何にも縛られないで、自分らしい自分でいるって感じ。そうかな。
Chisa had been bracing herself for more insults, but the surprise compliment made her unsure of how to respond.
そんなあなたを周りの人たちは頼りにしてて、必要とされてる。羨ましい。あんたでしょ、自由なのは。気づいてないの？ その自由さでどれだけ周りの人を振り回してるか。全然。
She honestly seemed unaware.
でもそうやって周りを気にせずわがまま言えるところ、ちょっと羨ましいって思うよ。ありがとう。私もあなたみたいに大切な何かのために周りの人に逆らえるような勇気があったらなって思ってた。ねえヒロ君、これって褒められてる？
Yeah, it's a pretty big one too.
そうなら嬉しいわ。ありがとうチサ。そのナチュラルに上から来るところほっとムカつくわ。
Emily smiled at Chisa, then went over to the water. She stopped when it was about ankle deep, then waved us over.
ねえ来て。
Chisa and I were still barefoot, so we went in after her.
ほら、海に星が映ってる。
Oh yeah.
上も下も星だ。海に眠る宝物を見つけたわね。
Too bad you can't take it home.
でも思い出は残るわ。
Emily stared at the aquatic jewels spread around her feet.
幽霊船にはね、指輪があるの。指輪？
Emily nodded.
パパがママに送ろうとしたものなんだって。
I wonder what she meant by wanted.
パパはこの島でママにプロポーズしたの。けど指輪を渡す前に船が座礁してしまって、パパもママも救命ボートに乗って助かったけど、指輪は船と一緒に海に沈んじゃったのよ。そうだったんだ。私の両親は今離婚しようとしてるの。ママはアメリカにいて、夏休みに私はママの元へ行かされるはずだった。
But you didn't want to, so you ran out to Ogasawara? Emily nodded. She must have left for the ferry after finishing her last class of the summer. That's why she was still in uniform.
私はハーフだから、両親が離婚したらどちらに引き取られてもどちらか一方の国を捨てないといけなくなる。私、ママの故郷のアメリカも好きだけど、生まれ育った日本も大好き。今日もっと好きになったわ。
She sat staring at the ocean and night sky at Ogasawara.
でもどうして指輪を？結婚する前、パパはすごく貧乏で、貧しいながらも貯めたお金で買ったのがその婚約指輪だったの。パパからママへの愛の証ってわけ。それを引き上げることができれば、あの頃の愛情を取り戻せるかもしれないって思ったの。
Emily smiled sadly after saying this.
ほんと、私って子供よね。そんなので人の気持ちが変わるはずないのに。
I didn't agree with her though. We were just kids that didn't have the power to change much in the grown-up world. But even so, if Emily wanted to make a difference, then our biggest chance really was finding that ring. A gentle breeze drifted by. It caught Emily's hair as she brushed it behind her ears and looked over at us.
二人ともありがとう。私の無謀な冒険に付き合ってくれて。おかげで吹っ切れそうよ。
Neither Chisa nor I knew how to respond. Part of me didn't want her to give up, but I knew she had to go home tomorrow. She would be better off this way.
思い出を作ってくれてありがとう。ママのところへ行っても忘れないわ。特に今夜のことはね。
she said playfully before walking up the beach and back to the cave. As Chisa watched her go, she murmured grumpily.
そんな事情があるなら早く言ってよね。
Before running after Emily.
待って、エミリー。
She took Emily's hand shyly and walked hand in hand with her to the cave. As there was still time until morning, it looked like Chisa wanted to make a few more memories with her new friend. Wait up, you two. Not wanting to be left behind, I ran back to the cave as well.
どう？治りそう？
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It was morning and I was working on the canoe's motor. The problem seemed simple enough that even a novice like me could fix it. If it hadn't been for the storm, we could have made it back to Chichijima yesterday.
そう、よかった。
Where's Chisa? Emily straightened up and looked out toward the entrance of the inlet.
まだ戻ってこないわね。
Chisa and Finn had gone out to check the condition of the water. The outrigger canoe could only sail on very calm seas. And even though the typhoon was gone, the waves hadn't died down, we would have to wait it out. But then they swam back to the beach.
ねえ、ヒロキ、ちょっと来て。
What is it? I'm kinda busy.
いいから、エミリーも。キュー太郎、エミリーお願い。何かあったの？
I had a bad feeling about Chisa's anxious mood, but Emily and I joined her in the water and headed for the inlet's entrance.
この下、見て。
What? Though Emily and I were suspicious, we looked down into the water. This was the same area Emily and I had gone swimming in the day before. But the seafloor is completely different now. Huh? I was so surprised I lost all of my hair. In the distance, barely within reach of the sun's rays, was something that hadn't been there the day before. At first I could only make out a large, shadowy object like a boulder. But after looking more carefully, it was a ship. Actually, a shipwreck. What the?
昨日はあんなのなかった。ってことは？幽霊船だ！
Last night's typhoon had brought it right to us, the legendary ghost ship. Summer in Ogasawara was about to reach its climax. Emily Shirase was about to embark on her greatest adventure yet. Looks like she's about ready.
本当だね。でもこれちょっと胸のところが窮屈なのよね。
You look good, Emily.
ああ、そうですか。
Think you'll be okay that deep? If you get scared, just let the instructor know.
怖い？海が？
Emily laughed proudly and shook her hair.
私は白瀬エミリ。海の恵みが生んだ女よ。
Looking at her, you would think that she really was the daughter of some oceanic deity. Emily put on her underwater mask.
行ってくる。
Good luck, Emily.
インストラクターの言うことをちゃんと聞くのよ。先走って無茶するんじゃないわよ。
Emily gave us a thumbs up before she leapt into the ocean. She was undergoing training to get her diver certification. That way she would be able to recover treasure from the ghost ship. She was still afraid of the sea, but she wanted to recover her parents' lost engagement ring. That need was stronger than her fear. The day after the typhoon, we eventually made it back to Chichijima, but Emily didn't take the ferry back home.
私、この島でやりたいことがあるの。それが済むまで帰らないから。わがままだって分かってる。でもお願い許してパパ。本当？うん、ありがとうパパ。大好きよ。
Emily breathed a sigh of relief and smiled brightly as she hung up on the phone. She had used the cafe's telephone to call home. She wanted to apologize for running away and let her father know that she was okay.
お父さん、なんて？しばらく島にいていいって。やったじゃん。
おっしゃ。
まだまだお楽しみは続くというわけですね。
I'm glad he let you stay, Emily.
ま、ダメって言われても残るつもりだったけどね。幽霊船を発見したのにのこのこ帰るなんてできっこないもん。人生はアドベンチャーよ。無一文のくせによく言うわ。
金がないのかい？ならうちでバイトするといい。ちょうど足を悪くしてて誰か雇いたかったんだ。
おばあ様。
But I've been here. Just ask me, Grandma.
あんたはさっさと家帰りな。このろくでなし。
Old biddy.
鼻たり小僧。
Whatever.
ですが、おばあ様、どうして見ず知らずの私に親切にしてくれるのですか？
Emily looked anxious as she asked, but Grandma just laughed.
あんたを見てると思い出すのさ。昔よね。あんた、私の若い頃にそっくりだよ。
What? There's no way you look like Emily. That's just rude.
失礼はどっちだい？私だって昔からしわくちゃだったわけじゃないよ。
Grandma waved her cane angrily.
まあまあ、マチコばあちゃん、抑えて。
And that's how Emily started working at our shop for the rest of her stay on Chichijima.
よかったじゃん。バイトのお給料でスクーバーの講習代の心配もなくなるし。たまるまでに しばらくかかってしまうけどね。そこは大丈夫かと。ん？
They were going to let Emily pay for the training later.
マチコさんが言うんじゃ逆らえないな。
That was the scuba shop's owner, Chisa's father. Grandma was well known on the island, and thanks to her influence, she would let Emily pay for her training later. And so today marked the second day of her diver certification training. It's time for her to take the final test. She had to leave her instructor, swim out to a designated spot, and return on her own. If she could do that, she would pass. You can do it, Emily.
頑張れ。
Chisa and I watched on the boat the shop had prepared for the training. Finn the dolphin was alongside us watching as well. Emily couldn't actually swim, but with scuba gear that wasn't a big problem. With the mask and fins and the cylinder on her back, diving was nothing like regular swimming. Emily went out and touched the designated large rock. Then she turned and came back. She returned to the instructor with no trouble, and the instructor formed a large circle with his hands. Alright!
いらっしゃいませ。お一人様ですね。こちらのお席へどうぞ。季節の煮魚定食一つと食後のコーヒーいただきました。
はいよ。
Emily was a great waitress. She'd only been working for a few days, but she had already become the cafe's poster girl.
なかなか順応力が高いわね。接客とか絶対向いてないと思ってたのに。
She's just happy to be working. Do you know how jealous she was of your job collecting mail from the seafloor mailbox? When Emily first arrived, and as Chisa pointed out, she was completely reliant on other people. They were still just kids after all, so being dependent was only natural. However, over the last few days, Emily really seemed to grow up. And of course, we couldn't forget the other poster girl.
定食上がったよ。
はいはい、ただいま。
She said started working right alongside Emily. She was popular in her own rights, particularly with the tourists. You look really cute, Chisa, with the apron.
あら、イルカ少女ちゃん。
あ、いらっしゃいませ。その節は九太郎がご迷惑をおかけしまして。
いいのよ。私あの後ネットで自慢しちゃった。
As Chisa was already an island celebrity, after they heard she was working here, quite a few came by just to see her.
やれやれ、繁盛するってのも考えものだね。年寄りにはきついよ。
You need some help in the kitchen?
お呼びじゃないよ。
I went over to help out anyway. There's no way she could keep up with this crowd. Seafood yakisoba ready.
チース。
いらっしゃい、りょうちゃん。
ようちさ、お前マジでバイトしてんのな。エミリーちゃんは？
エミリー、ご指名よ。はーい。
聞いたぜ。取ったんだってな。
見たいのね。いいわ、見せてあげる。始まった。じゃじゃーん。
Emily whipped out the C card hidden in her apron pocket and held up close to Ryota's face.
お、C カード。本当だったんだな。
当たり前じゃない。
A C card is used to prove scuba certification. With that car, you can go diving anywhere in the world, not only in Japan. And of course, now she would be able to rent equipment, unlike last time. In fact, the car that Emily was showing off was just a temp. The real one wouldn't be ready for a few more days.
やったな。おめでとう。
海はもう私の庭みたいなものよ。何せ私はエミリ、海に恵まれた女。エミリと名付けられた時からこうなることは運命づけられていたのね。また言ってるよ。初級のくせに偉そうにまあ。
There are multiple levels to diver certification, and Emily had only passed the lowest, which had restrictions on things like dive depth. For higher levels, you needed many more hours of experience.
おばあさま、見て、私の C カー
よかったねエミリー。ま、私は分かってたがね、あんたはやればできる子だって。私も若い頃はいろいろ無茶をやったもんだ。そんな時出会ったんだよ、あの人にね。あれは星の綺麗な夜だった。
お客さんだ。いらっしゃいませ。あの子、マチコばあちゃんの昔話を華麗にスルーしたわね。
I don't think she's doing it on purpose, but her timing is always spot on. Grandma was pretty old, so she could really ramble. And I didn't know if she was senile or what, but she kept telling the same ones, and we were all sick of hearing them. So anyway, Chisa?
お
And what are you doing working here anyway?
ちょっとね。将来のためにお金貯めておきたいのよ。
The future?
そう。あ、いらっしゃいませ。こちらのお席へどうぞ。
As Chisa went to help some customers, I realized that I was being avoided. What's with her? All these young ladies and their plans. It was morning. As usual, I woke up early to clean the shop, and put together a quick breakfast in the kitchen. We were heading out today. You ready?
バッチリ。じゃないや、おばあさまからお使いを頼まれてたの忘れてた。行ってくるからちょっと待ってて。絶対よ、先に行っちゃったら怒るんだからね。
You know I wouldn't. Emily ran out to neighbor's house to do her errands. Ah boy. Well, looks like I've got some time. Guess I'll prepare some lunch. But just as I went into the kitchen, someone showed up. An older tourist, probably thinking we were serving breakfast, came in and sat down without a word. "Oh, I'm sorry, but we're not open yet."
ああ、これは失礼。
I can do something simple like bacon, eggs, and toast with some coffee if you like.
じゃあ、それで。
Still had some ingredients left over from breakfast, so I got to work. The scent of fried bacon floated through the shop.
じー。
何かな、お嬢ちゃん。
いえ、お構いなく。
Chinami had appeared from nowhere. After staring silently at the customer, she sat at the counter and whispered over to me.
ヒロに、怪しいおじさんがいる。
He's just a customer. Don't be rude.
あの風貌、某国のスパイじゃないかと。堅気じゃないことは確か。
Cut it out. He can hear you. How do you like your eggs? Over easy or fried?
では、固めで。柔らかいのは食べにくくてね。
You got it. I carried the simple breakfast to his table. Here you are, sir.
ありがとう。
Please don't mind the girl. She's a bit strange, but she doesn't mean anything by it.
いえ、 営業前に来てしまってこちらこそすいません。
Are you here on vacation?
まあそんなところです。
His answer seemed a bit vague.
やはり怪しい。
I mouthed shut up at Shinami.
随分とのんびりした島だね。
It is. Not much point in rushing anything. There isn't much to feel rushed about, honestly. The shops are only stocked on cargo day, and though the tiny island had no trains, it was easy to meet up with people. On an island like this, living between the sea and mountains, laid back was the only way to be.
急いでもしょうがないか。うまい。
He sighed after a sip of the coffee. Thank you.
副業でカフェの経営をしているんだが、これはうまいね。どこの豆かな？
Ogasawara.
お？
We use beans grown here on the Ogasawara Islands. Not many people know it, but there are coffee beans grown in Japan. Only in tiny parts of Okinawa and Ogasawara, though. Machiko's cafe uses Ogasawara beans.
へえ。
The man took another sip and savored the scent and flavor of the beans. Next, he set the still hot bacon and eggs on his toast and started his breakfast proper. With a couple of wistful signs, he finished off his meal, clearly enjoying it.
はよーす。あら、お客さん？
Do you want to eat anything?
朝ごはんもう食べてきた。
Okay, so just a cafe au lait, right? I worked on Chisa's coffee.
ごちそうさま。お代は
That'll be 500 yen.
安いね。
Isn't that normal for breakfast?
確かに。うちの店もそうだ。
The man put a 500 yen coin on the table.
ごちそうさま。美味しかったよ。
Come back anytime.
誰？
No idea. Probably a tourist?
某国のスパイです。アニメで見たことがあります。だいたいああいうシャツを着ています。マジで？
Don't encourage her. Just then, Emily came running in.
間に合った。おはよう。どうしたの？そんなに息切らして。置いてかれたくなかったんだもん。
I told you not to worry.
ヒロ兄たちは宝探しに行くのですか？
We are.
いいの？
Do you want to come?
チナはインドア派なので日光に30分以上当たり続けると溶けて死にます。ちょっとは外で遊びなさい。あんたくらいよ、この島に住んでて夏場そんなに白いの。これだから愚かだというのだ、我が姉よ。テクノロジーの進化した時代にわざわざ外で遊ぶなど世の中の流れに逆行するようなもの。
Shaking her head in disbelief, Chinami helped herself to some orange juice on the cafe's fridge. Well, why don't we go hang out at Omura Beach next time?
ヒロ兄はすぐそうやって女を口説こうとする。もう悪い気はしませんが。
No, I don't have a way with anyone.
天然なのよね。そうだったんだ。騙されてた。
The ladies were ganging up on me. I learned from much practice that pushing it would only result in regret. Anyway, it's time to head out. So, did you want to put those bags away, Emily?
そうだった。
Emily went to drop out Grandma's stuff. You hurry up too, Chisa.
はーい。
Today, we were going diving. Now that Emily had a diver certification, it was time for action. It was time to explore the ghost ship.